Hey guys, so this is a video I've been playing around with these couple techniques for email collection. It's a bit of a cumbersome process, but I think with some time and some practice, we'll be able to really refine it. And I just want to let you guys see the whole thing. You guys are the outreach and link building experts, so I don't even know if this way is better than what we would be currently doing. So. Um, Before we get too deep into it, I will show you, like, this is going to take longer than normal because again, I've only done this like twice, so I forget how all the technology works. But anyway, here goes. So there's two ways, and this is the first way to go about doing it. Which is basically taking the contacts directly from Ninja Outreach. So basically, what we would do is we would create a list, and we'll just call it lead magnet. Doesn't matter, lead magnet or employee, so whatever. So we'll just create this list like this, and then we're gonna go over to search. Let me make sure I'm recording. Okay, good. Okay, then we'll go to search here. This software takes a little while to like load things, so um, yeah. So if there's like pauses in the video, I apologize. I don't plan on editing. So we could just search for lead magnet, but you could also like we could even, after we exhaust lead magnet, you could go to like content upgrade or something like that. So we'll just search for lead magnet, and okay. Then we got a huge list of 50. This is 50 of 8,079 uh, uh, entries. So we're going to filter it a little bit. The filtering kind of tools aren't really friendly, so like these are kind of a pain in the butt to work with. But what I do want to do at the very least is go to has email address, so that way at least everybody has an email address. And so we'll close that. We'll close it out. Like I said, like things, especially I have a software called Camtasia. So now we have 5,000, and we could filter it out even more if we want to. But 5,000 of them. So what we can do is okay. Save all. Save all. We'll do the first 5,000 leads into the lead magnet folder that we created. So we'll save them, and this is going to take a couple seconds. So I will pause the video. Okay, so it looks like 4,000 of them, 4,600 loaded into the list. This, like I said, this takes about 5-10 minutes, but 4,600 is enough to really kind of show you everything. So we don't need a whole lot more than that. All right, so what I would do from here is export the leads as a CSV. So just, lead magnet.csv, blah blah blah. It's a fairly large spreadsheet. So, I'll show all. I don't know about you guys, but my home page is kind of like my dumping ground. Let's see. Replace. Oh, because I had stuff from yesterday. All right. When I was playing around. Okay, so I don't have Excel, so I'd have to load up to Google Sheets. I wish these things would work a little bit better with Google Sheets, and but you know, so we do File, Import, Upload, Lead Magnet, Replace, yes, Import Data. It's a lot of data, that's why this takes a little while. Okay, I was going to say, where is this data? Here it is. Okay, and here's everything that we get. Still loading because there's a lot of it's 4,700 rows and a bunch of columns too. Um, so what happens is you have all this stuff. So here is like uh, here is like a lot of stuff. Okay, but you have the tries to match the name. It doesn't do a great job with it all the time, but it tries. Um, Here is like the page URL that it like kind of deems relevant from the word lead magnet. These are This is one area where we would have to clean up. Okay, so for instance, let's see if we could find a couple of them. I would say about 50% of these are not relevant, if I can remember correctly. So what do I mean by that? um, okay, so for instance, let's go to this URL here. um, this is like a services page for somebody else's website. Like, we're not going to get a link to this page, right? And yeah, so that's probably not going to happen. So we wouldn't even email those people, right? Or we could do, like, there's a couple others. Let me see. If you go over to you could even look here and like look and just be like, this is not fun fish magnet. um, this is probably not relevant, right? So like I kind of went through and like eyeball test. I would say it feels like half of these, and this is just not me going through all of them, but it feels like half of these are not going to be relevant. So this is like a job offering here. Okay, so that's the one thing we would have to clean up, is like find all the relevant ones. And then the second thing we'd have to clean up is like, if you come over to here, I told you there's a lot of data and information that we're just going to be deleting. Let's see if we can find it. Emails. So, email one. So we get a couple emails, and like basically what we could do is find the best, like we could find the best email. Like, we would probably put this through our bulk email verifier and all that stuff, and that would clean up some of this. But like, there's just some things like let's go to which one of these is the best one, right? It's probably like, for instance, in here, landing, I don't know how to pronounce this, right? Like, obviously you'd probably either want one of these two, uh, because they look like names. And then we could go back over here and find the name of the person, and the name is not there. But we could just, but we'd have to like kind of just figure out a way to like kind of choose these emails. Um, so I don't know. So that's the first way to go about doing this, right? And again, this way requires a ton of cleaning up. Like Keith was saying, that he basically doesn't. I don't know what he does, but he basically does just is like, okay, at this place right here, either Daniel or Daniel's at solely 35 reviews, or Nick traffic tricks or questions, like, well, he wouldn't email this one, and then so he deletes that one, and then he would go back over and see if there's a name, and there isn't a name. Is there a site? Steve Scott's. So you know he would come back over and whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's not one we use, but or we could just kind of just say P.S. if you have something like P.S. like if you're not the person that respond, that doesn't. If you're not the person, just could you forward me to the person who is responsible for the blog or something like that. So we could do one of those things, but we do get quite a bit of data here, and again we could delete most of this stuff, and so that's the first way. And now I will create show you the second way. Okay, so let's make sure I'm recording. Yeah. Okay, so this way starts with Ahrefs. Shoot, Content Explorer, not Keyword Explorer. Content Explorer. All right, so lead magnet. Boom. Okay. So here's all the pages we could, we'll filter. We'll create a domain rating from, like, let's call it like 20 and higher, and see what happens. Okay, so this is a list of 13,000 pages. I mean, we could add a couple more filters if we really want to, like with traffic, and find quote unquote better links, but we would just export first 1,000. I don't want to steal anybody's like all the plan stuff, so first 1,000 1338 export. Okay, so show all, throw it on my desktop real quick. Okay, then we're gonna go over to Ninja Outreach. Let's create a new list. I forget. Oh, there it is. Like I said, I'm not totally familiar with this, so we'll call this lead magnet Ahrefs. Just for sake of argument here. Oh, wait, before I do that, I want to import it because we have to clean it up a little bit before we add it to Ahrefs. Sorry. Okay, so we can pretty much delete everything from there to here. So delete columns. We'll delete these two columns too. Okay, delete columns. Delete column. Okay, so now we have the content URL, the author, the domain rating, the title, blah blah blah. We probably don't even need domain rating and referring domain. Well, we don't need the referring domains either, so we could delete that. And now we'll save this as a or download as a CSV. Where is CSV? Okay. Untitled spreadsheet. Fine. Okay. Like I said, this way it gets a little cumbersome. Carlo, if like you're listening and you have an amazing way to create a new process, that would be great. So we would have to then create a file new spreadsheet. Okay, so file, then we'll oh wait, no, we don't have to. Yeah, we'll just keep that for later. So now we should be able to import that. Let's go import a CSV, select the list to the lead magnet HRES list, uh, browse. Browse. Okay. Untitled spreadsheet. Open. Okay, we'll just import it. I'm not really familiar with like tags and relationships yet, so we'll import. So now we'll just do content title is the this is kind of like this description. Page title is or content URL is the website URL. Author is full name here, and then domain rating we don't really need, but we could just put it in there anyway. And let's go to, I mean this, sorry, this one isn't that important, so we'll call it domain authority because that's what HRES calls it. Import, cross our fingers. All right, and this takes a little bit of time, so I'm going to pause the video again. Okay, so I don't know how much of my screen you guys see. Hold on a second. That actually took about 25 minutes to import. It takes a little while, but I still think that this process is still faster than doing it manually. So as you can see, we imported the 1,000 people, and it found 437 of them. Basically, that means that about 563 are on other lists in here someplace, um, because Ninja Outreach won't add doubles. So if like you know, if there is already, let's say Rob at timedoctor.com someplace in here, you can't add Rob at timedoctor.com into this list. One of the downfalls of using somebody else's free tool. So, but anyway, basically what happened is, so it found the 437 into this list, and it found two of those 437 people. It found 231 with emails. So what we want to do is we want to open this up and have a sip of coffee while this is prepping. It's the only, like, some of this stuff, like, just I feel like it takes forever. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to I guess we could have just exported it from the other place, but we want to export this data. Oh wait, no. What we want to do first, I'm so sorry guys. Let me delete this. Delete. We don't need either of these. Okay. So what we want to do first is filter. Filter. So like this is like the stuff that takes, I don't know why it just takes so long. Alright, we want to go to has email address. We'll wait for that to load. Okay, and then we can export. export, I believe. Hold on, I forget how to do this. There's a way to export only the okay. I think this worked. So we just want the filtered leads. So we want to filter 231 leads here because those are the ones with the email addresses. And so we'll export. Okay, show all. Okay, I'll dump this over to my desktop. Okay, and then I will go to File, Import here, upload from my desktop. Import data, and voila. So the same kind of stuff as we got before, based straight from Ahrefs. So we have like their email address, all the email addresses, and we have like the page that that was referenced in Ahrefs. So the page URL, the website URL. If you scroll over, you get the emails. Dan, I don't think Dan works there anymore, but you know, at WP Curve. But yeah, so we get all the email addresses, and we could kind of just do the same thing with like. I mean, we have this guy's email address, so we could even look like Jeff Bolas's blog. Like we have, I think we've reached out to him, so like that's pretty cool. So these, when I kind of like did this before, these feel like there's much more, like with the last one with scraping straight from the Ninja Outreach, the first method. It felt like there was a lot of like irrelevant blog posts. These, when I kind of scroll through, this feels like there's a whole lot more relevant posts and to go through. So there, instead of like there's only 200 of them versus the versus the 1,000 from before. But I feel like these are 200 much more qualified, and then I guess we could kind of go through a cleaning process. But I don't like, so here's like, again, here's the data that we get, and I got all this, and I got this data in about 25 minutes. I have no idea how long it takes for you guys to do this, and then we could clean this out. I don't feel like it's going to take long to kind of just be like, oh, okay, let's go to Oscar at WP Curve, or let's go to David at Blogmark, or whatever. We could kind of go through our email verification and what you call it. We could go through the Hunter.io bulk email verifier again, and see, we could do that. But yeah, man. I mean, Blog Market Academy. Like, so if this is like, let's do this real quick. Blog Market Academy, Blog Marketing Academy. So, I mean, I feel like we would just email David at Blog Marketing Academy, because the other ones don't seem very like, why would we put email this dude, or this Bill Gaines? We probably wouldn't email him. Probably we would just email David at Blog Market. Like, that feels like common sense. But we would just need somebody to kind of, yeah, David is his first name too. We would just need somebody to kind of go through and clean that up a little bit. But I don't know. I feel like that's just an hour's worth of work. So maybe like, I think we would get like 250 email addresses in an hour and a half or 2 hours, versus, and then again, I don't know how long it takes for you guys to get 200 email addresses. So hope this video was helpful, and hopefully we can refine these processes and make them better, and see if we could get them to work for us. All right, take care, guys.